Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to yet again another awesome Keeping It Geekly podcast. It's Cody Gotham's Cape Crusader, and we are bringing you the greatest and the latest from comic books to video games and everything in between. We're going to be hitting off with some crazy news because Activision Blizzard just got bought, and you'll never guess who is the lucky buyer. But we also have those DC comics fresh off the press. So without further hesitation, let's go ahead and just dive right in. And we're going to be starting off with the biggest piece of news today. And that's Activision Blizzard was bought for $68.7 billion by Microsoft. Yes, you heard that right. Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard in a deal valued at nearly $70 billion, with Bobby Kotick, of course, staying on as CEO. Now, following the largest acquisition in its history, Phil Spencer was quoted saying, "Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast wellsprings of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world. We are incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beenox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard." Now, until the deal closes, though, Microsoft and Blizzard will act independently. But as soon as the papers are signed, they will be reporting to Spencer as the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Now, with acquiring Activision Blizzard, Spencer noted saying, "Microsoft is committed to our journey for inclusion in every aspect of gaming among both employees and players." Now, with this latest acquisition, that does put Microsoft at 30 devs under its wing, and only time will tell what titles are going to be dropping soon and which ones are going to be hitting Game Pass. Now, with that being said, we're going to be moving on to our next piece of news, which is some new Mario Kart 9 developments and some leaks saying that it will have more characters from across the Nintendo universe. Now, straight from this Game Rant article, it looks like Nintendo leaker Zippo, who's accurately leaked some previous Nintendo news in the past, has heard that the new Nintendo game will be released as a way to celebrate the franchise's 30th anniversary, and it's going to have characters from across the Nintendo universe. Zippo believes that the new Mario Kart game will feature characters from ARMS, Pikmin, and Star Fox, with the game offering alternate costumes, which players can customize the characters with, and that the new Mario Kart will also have an expanded single-player content, but did not elaborate on what that would entail. Now, keep in mind, you always want to take this type of news with a grain of salt, but it very well could happen. Leave a comment down below letting me know which characters you wish you could see in the new Mario Kart 9. Now, with that being said, we're going to be hitting you with our last piece of news, and it looks like we might finally be able to get some backwards compatibility for PlayStation 3, 2, and 1. Now, hot off the press from Comic Book Gaming, it looks like a new patent from Sony Interactive Entertainment has surfaced online, and who's behind the patent? Mike Cerny, the mastermind behind PlayStation hardware. The title of this patent, of course, being labeled backwards compatibility through the use of spoof clock and fine grain frequency. In short, PlayStation is working on backwards compatibility tech, presumably to unlock the legacy PlayStation consoles on PS5 and possibly the PS4. Now, keep in mind that Sony has constantly filed for patents, many of which have never graduated the conceptual stage. And over the years, a wide range of tantalizing PlayStation patents have surfaced online, and nothing has ever come of them. Now, as a PlayStation fan myself, this is something that we've been waiting for years, and hopefully it comes soon. Backwards compatibility on a PlayStation 5 would be phenomenal, and it would be nice to be able to break out those PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games and finally be able to enjoy them on a next-gen console. Now, that does wrap up this Week in Geek, but stay tuned. We got those fresh posts coming right out the oven. We're going to be starting off with I Am Batman issue number 5, written by John Ridley, with art being done by Christian Deuce, Juan Ferreira, and Laura Braga. We find that Jace is struggling with the concussion he got earlier from a Talos soldier, while another one is approaching him with a blade extended ready to gut him. Now, utilizing a electrical panel, he buys himself a few moments to breathe, but he's quickly outmatched in combat. Now, while Jace is down on his knees, he uses his baton in a last-ditch effort to latch on to some construction scaffolding, bringing a ton of bricks down on these soldiers, but they are relentless, and this has only given Jace a head start. Upon seeing this, though, Victor has initiated the hunt-kill sequence, and Jace's psyche is beginning to tell him to lie down and die. Now, beaten and battered and left to die, Jace gets some help from some rather unlikely folks, and they are ready to fight to the death to save our beloved Caped Crusader. Now, with that being said, we're going to be moving on to the next issue of the week, which is going to be Titans United, issue number 5, written by Kevin Scott, with art being done by Jose Lewis. Black Zero starts off with Nightwing and Donna Troy going up against Black Zero. Donna Troy, of course, catching him with a kick to the face, calling him Connor, which prompts him to hit her with some heat vision, yelling that he's Black Zero. We pivot to Queen Blackfire, who's overlooking all these overwhelmed Titans, wondering where Raven and her beloved sister Starfire are, and that's when we pivot to Donna Troy attempting to use the lasso of persuasion, and for a brief second, it would appear that Black Zero snaps out of it, but then he grabs the lasso and swings her into a wall and knocks Donna Troy out of the fight. Now, it's at this point that we see Raven appear on the scene, and she tells him that's enough, but Black Zero claims otherwise. And as these forces collide, we see Raven dive deep into his mind, witnessing Starfire constantly being praised over Blackfire, who wasn't able to fly like the others. Now, as Raven delves deeper and deeper into his mind, she witnesses not only the true warrior battle between Blackfire and Starfire, but also when the Citadel invaded Tamarin and when Blackfire betrayed Starfire. Raven, unfortunately, is not able to sever that power that Blackfire has on him because she's been able to brainwash him that the Titans were against him and has also been able to fix his crumbling DNA, which fixes his powers. So he has full faith within her. Now, things are heating up as Black Zero is just taking down every Titan that he encounters. This is really giving me some huge Superboy Prime vibes, so be sure to check out this issue, and I'm really excited to see what issue 6 has in store for us. Now, that does lead us to our last book of the week, which is going to be Batman Detective Comics issue 1048, written by Markio Tamaki, with art being done by Ivan Reis and Brad Anderson. Now, the Tower Part 2 begins with a flashback of Dr. Ware at Gotham City Children's Services, with Harriet London going over a recent event in which his mother hurt someone with a butcher's knife, transitioning to day 12 at the Arkham Tower, 12 days before his death. Now, we find Batwoman undercover as Dr. Fro being interviewed by Dr. Ware in an effort to see what they're really up to at the Arkham Tower. All while on the line with Oracle, we find that the tower houses 37 individual cases in which almost all are Class 8 or higher. Now, as these two reach the basement level of the tower, they are greeted by a group of villains just walking around peacefully, with even Mr. Freeze on his way to get an iced coffee. Dr. Ware once again mentioning that this is due to chemical and in-person therapy. Now, things take an even weirder turn when Anna Vol'jin meets Batwoman, and as soon as they shake hands, we see a transition to day 24 with a bloodied Anna Vol'jin standing before Batwoman, prompting another flashback to day 12 with Anna Vol'jin noticing a certain smell. Now, I definitely was a fan on building up day 12 in anticipation for day 24, in which we see Batwoman take on Anna Vol'jin in issue 1049. Leave a comment down below letting me know what your predictions are. I think things are going to get really bloodied for Batwoman, and I think things are not going to go as planned. Now, that does wrap up our podcast for the week. As always, you can follow me on all of my respective social media platforms at JobForACody. And if you like today's video, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for any time I drop more content. But most importantly, guys, keep it geekly.